Hello, I hope we are all okay. Recall in our previous segment, we had a conversation about the new rates of Nssf. In today's segment, I want us to have a look at how we file this Nssf. So basically, what you need to do, we just go to Nssf self-service portal, Nssf, talk about Nssf self-service portal. In our Nssf self-service portal, basically, I'll be having these segments here, which I won't go into details in all these elements, but I'll just be specific on one or two things which I'll want us to basically have an idea of, and in this case is filing of the Nssf returns, which will also see the new implementation in our system. Let us first of all identify the template that I'll be required to fill in whenever I'll be required basically to upload this Excel document. So the Excel document that we normally upload in our filing of this Nssf return is what we normally refer to it as a Nssf, of course, the payroll. That is, of course, Nssf payroll Excel workbook. In our case, if it is the first time that we are doing this, I should be having a template. The question would be how or where will we get this template? If you can check in our quick links and resources here, I believe you are all seeing this. Quick links and resources, we come to Nssf payroll template. You see this point? Nssf payroll template. So you just click Nssf payroll template. The document is going to download. Then once it has downloaded, you need to open it. Like mine has downloaded, so it is basically opening the document. Okay, so on this stage, we just enable editing. Now, you are given clear instructions in relation to these values here. Like, we are not supposed to have any formulas in the cells. We are not supposed to have any special characters in our workbook. Nothing should appear after the last record, e.g. totals compiled. Column A to F, this is what you're talking of, column A to F. Column A to F should be in, of course, we are told it should be in text format. The rest, that is gross pay and voluntary, should be in general format. How will you know that it is on text format? If you click at this point, look at this ribbon of hours, I'm having text. If you go to gross pay, if you click here, you can see I'm having general. So we are talking of from column A to F should be on text format, whereas the other two should be on general format. Very important to understand and note that. Then we are talking of no blank rows, no hidden rows. You should not be having any hidden rows. File must have one sheet only. Payroll number is optional. Include leading zeros and trailing X where applicable for Nssf number. Nssf number should be a minimum of 9 characters and a maximum of 10 characters. So basically, this is the template that I should be having. Very quickly, I want us to do this. My payroll number, assuming you're filing this, and remember the details, you're going to get it from the payroll data. By the way, RLead and Associates, we have this service, of course, of our payroll management system, which you can always assist companies with. So in our payroll number, assuming I'm having number 1, number 2, number 3, we can take 3 people. Assuming you're talking of maybe a Ringo, then I'm having other names, Frederick. We can talk of maybe Lydia. We can have, say, like Wairimu. We can talk of Mariam. Marion, talk of Marion Malkia. These are just random names that you're picking. ID number, say we are having 28, 75, 63, 52. The other ID number we can have maybe is 31, 24, 6, 41, maybe 55. These are random, remember. Maybe ID number, we are talking of the same case, say like 24, 56, 8, 9, 5, 5. KRA PIN, maybe you're having A009212263, say M. The other KRA number of this other individual, maybe you are talking of say A006253211K, and maybe A008256557G. Nssf number, random picking, X 556226610, maybe X 47775231, X 78. We are just picking random numbers. Gross pay, in this case, we have whatever that it is in the payroll. We have whatever that it is in the payroll. So therefore, what we need to do, I'll pick any value, assuming I'm having 85,000, we're having 65,000, we're having say like 70,000. What you should be able to know under voluntary here, don't input any value. Leave it to be blank. Don't input any value, just leave it to be blank. Once you're done with that, save your file. On my case, I'm going to save it here. I'm going to save in this folder Nssf. So I'm just going to save it. Hula, I have saved my document. Once I've done that, I need to go back to my Nssf at that point and see where would we be required to go. I'll be required to go to employer services, then payroll and payment processing. So let us press payroll and payment processing. You see this one here, payroll and payment processing. So once it will take us to this login area. So of course, you'll be required to have your username, then of course, and the password. Then I'm going to log in. So on logging in, of course, it will take us back to this area here. It will take us back to this bit. Now, once here, of course, I'll be required to go to payroll converter. Ideally, we want to look at the procedure of filing this. So I'll be required to go to payroll converter. So once we press our payroll converter, of course, it take us back to, it will take us here. So now, of course, we'll be having all the details. In the event that I need to create a new payroll period, that will be easy. What you need to do, you just come create payroll period. Which period are we creating? Maybe it is for the month of February. So for the month of Feb, these are what we'll be having. I'll do February 2023. Payroll type, regular employees. Contribution type. Now, this is an area, recall our first video, you're talking of tier 1, the lower limit, tier 1 and 2, that is of course those who are earning above the lower limit, and the old rates, which still it is in the system. So if we press tier 1, you will realize that it will give us what we had of minimum value, which was 360, right? Tier 1 and 2, it will give us the 360 and the additional, which we had it to be 720. Whereas old race, it would give us the old race, which was 200. So let us do tier 1 to start with. So I'm going to click tier 1. Then the next item we are going to do is to click open. Open, you see open. So I'm going to click. So basically in this case, it will tell us that I've opened a period. I've opened a period. The submission period has been successfully created. So the next step to do, recall the template that we had downloaded and we filled it, right? So the same template you're going to use. So basically here, I'm going to go to file upload. On file upload, basically it will give us this bit. So I need to choose my file where I had saved our file. So mine, I'm going to select where we had. So for mine, this is where I'd saved it on my desktop, the Nssf. So I'm going to click that. Then of course, that is the data that we had. I go back to open. So you'll find that it will pick, right? So once I'm here, I'll just do upload. So once I've clicked upload, you'll find that it is going to tell us that the payroll template was successfully uploaded. Please return to payroll converter page. Basically returning to payroll converter page, you just click back and it will take us back here. Now, once we have this document uploaded, the next step is for you to click process payroll data, as easy as that. So you do process payroll data. I'm going to click process payroll data. Payroll processing has been initiated. You'll be notified about the its progress using the link payroll processing progress update. I just do OK. So once I do that, the next step basically you do is to click progress update. You just do progress update. It will tell us that payroll process is completed. So I'm just going to do OK. So once I have this, I can be able to identify, to show the errors, if any, to view and upload the Nssf24, or to upload and produce the Nssf24. So if we can start with show produce errors, basically to identify where I'll be having errors. You'll find that of course I'll be having various errors because we didn't pick exact names, we didn't pick the exact Nssf numbers, we didn't pick the exact KRA pins. Basically I should be expecting such errors, right? Because it's just a sample to enable us to be able to identify whatever that I was dealing with. So here you'll find that member number does not belong to the member register. These are errors, of course, that will appear. Once you've noted the error, of course, if at all you are the payroll accountant, you'll always confirm with the HR the exact member ID, and of course you're going to correct it in that Excel document that we had. So to this point, let us come back to payroll converter. At this point, I can as well view and download the Nssf24. So on this case, if you click view and download Nssf24, you'll find that basically it will take us to this point. And on this point, you'll clearly see that it is giving us the individuals that we had, their KRA PIN number, NSF number, salary 85, 70, 65. We had selected tier 1, and in selection of tier 1, this is the impact. You see, members contribution, I am having 360, employers contribution 360, to give us a total of 720. And that is what we talked about tier 1. Recall when we introduced the first video, right? These are some of the items that we had talked about. That is tier 1. What if now we were to select tier 1 and 2? I want you guys to see the difference here. Tier 1, this is what you are having. This is what you are having. 360, 360, 360, members contribution, employers contribution, the same value. Total employer or total employee is 1080, total member is 1080, total contribution is 2160. That is, of course, when we'll be talking of what in regard to, of course, the total. If you sum it up, down, if you sum it up, down, we are having the 2160. Now, the other element to consider now is assuming we were to look at tier 1 and 2. How will we go about it? So therefore, we need to go back to this point. We go back again, or on this stage, what you can basically do, I can delete this bit here. For the purpose of our class, I'll just delete my payroll period. I'm going to delete my payroll period like that. So I need us to create with tier 1 and 2 so that you guys should be able to understand it clearly. So I just create payment 02/2023. Payroll type, of course, we are looking at regular employees. Now I'll want us to select tier 1 and 2. Then I open the period. The same procedure will apply. I'll come to file upload, of course. My file upload. I'm going to upload or choose my file, the same file I'm going to choose. So you see the same file I am choosing here. Of course, in that case, I'm going to open it. Then I'm going to upload the same procedures you're following. Then you're going to go back. So we are here. So we process our payroll. Okay. I progress update. Okay. I progress update. Okay. Then view and download Nssf24. So if we click at that point, guys, see the difference. For tier 1 and 2, because now we've selected tier 1 and 2, you'll find that for this employee Frederick, I'll be having the minimum contribution, which is 360, and now the one which is over the minimum, which is 720. So that here, the same value employer will be contributing, so that as at the end of the day, you'll find that for individual Frederick, I'm having 720. We add the 360, which will give us 1080 each. 1080 member contribution, 1080 employer contribution. So that if you multiply by 2, basically we'll have 2160, which we had looked at it when I first introduced this concept. So this is tier 1 and 2. Coverage code is basically tier 2, tier 1, tier 2, tier 1. Basically we've selected tier 1 and 2. The same procedure will apply. What if we are dealing with the old rates? So I back. I'm going to delete this payment period. Basically, yeah, we can delete the payment period here. First of all, cancel. Sorry, I want to delete we cancelled submission. Yes. I need to cancel also this. I cancel submission. Yes. So in this case, I want us to check out for tier, that is of course old rates. Same procedure, create period. I'm going to create 02/2023. Open. Regular employees, of course. Just a moment here. So we go to the old rates. So create period. Of course, I'm going to have 02/2023. Payroll type, I'll be having regular employees. Contribution type, I'm having old rates. So what I want you guys to see is basically the difference, what you're having. So file upload, I'm going to choose my file, of course. I choose my file at that point. I upload, I click back. That is, of course, we've uploaded our file. So once I have it here, of course, the same procedure apply. I process my payroll data. I process our payroll data at this point. I progress. Okay. Ready to process payroll data. We process our payroll data. Progress, update. So basically these are what you should be having. I want us to view. On viewing, this is now what you should be able to see. You see the difference now? Here I'm having 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200 compared to what we've been having on the previous case. So that's why I was saying, depending with the tier that you're going to select, that will affect what you're going to file. So the next procedure, of course, on clicking back, we are going to basically upload and produce Nssf24. But remember, for our case, we'll not file it, but we can just produce it. So we come and click aspect of upload Nssf24. So it will take us back here. The type that we're filing is basically normal. In this event, submission is check. If we check submission, you can proceed and check submission here. Submission check, update. So you'll find ours had a lot of errors, so of course it will not pick. So view results. In this case, you'll find that I'm having a certain member who is not registered as for Nssf. So after that case, the only thing that will remain after we've checked submission is to click Nssf24. You'll find that ours has been rejected because you had errors. Because recall, like this time it will not pick because whichever data that we are using, they were just sample data. But after we are done with this stage, the last stage is basically the payment order, where if you click the payment order, it will take us back, it will take us here, and it is from this point that I'll basically be required to do what? To select the period that you are paying, because if at all our data was correct, I could have just dragged it down here. I could have just dragged our details here, then you select the mode of payment. If at all, if it is EFT at GS M-Pesa, because Nssf, you can also pay by the Nssf with M-Pesa. So all these details are going to follow as that. And basically, this is the simple way of how you can submit your Nssf. So I know by now you have all the picture of the new rates and how they will affect you as employers and employees as well. To that point, guys, thank you so much for attending this session and having participated in the same. So see you in our next session, whereby we are also going to look at the impact in NHIF. So to that point, thank you so much, and let us meet next time. Thank you.